Hola mis amores, hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is for your life predictions in career, love, studies, anything and everything for the month of June, which is actually my birthday month. So while I'm filming this, I actually got myself a little pie, a little vegan cheesecake, and this thing, I don't know what it is, but it looks good. And a strawberry horchata. Toast to everyone with June birthdays, and I hope you have a fabulous time. For those of you that are new to my channel, hi, I'm Velvet Cat, and I share knowledge and inspiration through art and tarot to provide answers for any questions you could be experiencing in your life, advice messages from the angels that are watching over us, motivation to follow your dreams, and all around empower you in love, career, health, mind, and soul. If you're a returning subscriber or you already watch Pick a Card readings, then you know what to do. You don't need to watch the rest of this intro. But for those of you that are completely new to tarot, or perhaps you might have heard of it before, I'd first like to start by mentioning that it is not what you might expect. I've come to learn that it is simply just a tool by which those of us that choose to use our innate spiritual gifts can do so to provide you with guidance, confirmation of your own intuition, and encouragement in your unique life path. And so what is a Tarot Pick a Card collective reading? Well, in a little bit, I'll be showing you some options to choose from where you will be using your intuition and how you're feeling to pick one of those options so that the message you pick resonates closest to your life. And once you have decided, check out either the pinned comment or description of today's video to click on the timestamp of the option you picked, and the video will fast forward itself to your message. Since these are general readings divided into just a small group of options, not everything will resonate. Take what is for you and leave the rest for others. But if it's just not vibing with you at all, you might have not picked intuitively, you can come back and pick a different option. Also, I'm not here to provide you all the answers because our angels and guides want us to trust in our own life choices as well, and life is full of surprises. So are you ready to pick and find out what you can expect this June? Alright, so these are the options you can choose from for your June reading. We've got 4 angel cards here. Card 1, 2, 3, and 4. Take a moment to breathe in and breathe out so that you can pick intuitively one of these cards. And once you have decided, check out the pinned comment or description of today's video to click on the option you chose so that the video fast forwards itself to your reading. Hey there, group 1. So you chose this card that is the Angel of Memory, Angel Zachriel. And this is a new deck, so I just wanted to read here the little excerpt that it says about this card. Eternally lost, Zachriel carelessly winds and unwinds the threads of thought. Memory has no worries or concerns. You are safe to wrap yourself in the bands of time gone by as well. It is warm and safe within the fog of Zachriel. All you knew greets you, welcomes you, longs for you. The power of remembrance is balanced by the power of forgetfulness. Pouring memory into the cup of forgetfulness makes room for new memory. Zachriel is the angel of all memory, even memory lost. If you take something with you, you must also leave something behind. So we'll see how this card ties into your reading. And I'm going to get you as much details as possible by separating the reading into personal, professional, social life, and let's see what you can expect this June. red. If the environment looks different, it's because I had to take a few days of a break. And now it is 9 in the morning on a Tuesday. Well, now here with these cards, I divided it into sections. This part is your personal mind and body energy. This part is love. This part is your professional, like studies and school type of energy. This part is your work environment. This part is the most important people in your life this June and why. And then we've got plans, surprises, and guidance. And here with these cards, I'm feeling a lot of contemplation, a lot of feeling blessed, but also curiosity and wonder. And these energies make sense as well with this card, the Angel of Memory, because since this angel is specifically holding ribbons that are in the color red, and that makes me think of the threads of fate, then it's like you're coming to an understanding about why things happen the way they do. You could be coming to an understanding about the universe, about your spiritual beliefs, about the people in your life, and things might be like finally not holding you back. Whereas before, with threads tying people together or tying you to your past or to your memories, they could have felt like a burden. They could have felt like a weight, like holding you back and turning against you in a sense. Here, the way they're flowing, this is feeling more empowering. This is feeling like you are actually leading everyone around you. The way you're transforming is actually inspiring others, uplifting them. It's like you're taking control of these threads, of these ties, because also this angel specifically has some type of like armor that kind of looks like band-aids. So some of you could be on this journey of healing and seeing your wounds as a part of your story, no longer a weakness. That is so powerful. And you know how I was talking about the ties between you and others? That's also shown here with this Legacy of Light card, which is your guidance of the month. And see, this card specifically is about those ties, those bonds, and how what you do is transcending towards your future generations and also healing your ancestors. They might even be working through you. And for some of you, what you're doing in your life, you're not just doing it for yourself, you're doing it for others, you're doing it for your family, you're doing it for your future families, which is powerful, not only spiritually, but also it could be financially for some of you, like where you leave a legacy that is able to take care of you, where you no longer need to worry about your finances, and is also able to take care of your future generations. As in, what you're doing today is building up wealth. And then this card here as well, the Happy Family card, is confirmation about how your family and friends are important to you. And number 4 here, number 4 is a number of stability. So you're building that stability for your future, and it's a sturdy foundation. But so now let's get started here with tarot, with your energy of mind and body. Here we have 6 of Pentacles, the Moon reversed, and 3 of Cups reversed. So these are showing that perhaps for some time in the month of June, you could be isolating yourself a little bit, not going out so much, because the 3 of Cups is one of like celebrations, going out with friends, socializing. And the Moon could also be showing the nightlife. But now that they're reversed, this is showing how maybe for part of the month you are going out. There could be some celebrations. But then for the other part of the month, you're taking care of yourself, because the 6 of Pentacles is like you're not just a giver, you're also a receiver. So you're being mindful of your time, of your well-being, mindful of not spreading yourself too thin, and also mindful of your health, like what you're taking in, what you're eating. Perhaps now you're gaining an understanding over what affects your body, because the Moon can be an energy that is like mysteries, uncertainty, confusion. But now that it's reversed, it's showing me how things are coming to light. You're gaining an understanding. Maybe you're educating yourself on what is good for you to boost your energy. Like if you need some vitamins, if you need more water rather than alcohol. And perhaps you're also being mindful of the thoughts that go through your mind. Because perhaps in the past you might have worried about your friendships, about the way you socialize. Maybe you could feel socially awkward or something, deal with anxiety or perfectionism, responsibilities, expectations, the way you present yourself. But now in the month of June, you could be pulling back on that. You might even be distancing yourself from certain people that you've noticed drain you or are like very pessimist or like cause you doubt in your plans, because you're starting to realize who you are and what you stand for. Then for the type of love that is most prominent in your life, here we have the 9 of Wands reversed, the Queen of Pentacles, and the 5 of Wands also reversed. So here I'm sensing a motherly figure that is the most prominent love in your life. Or it could also be yourself, that you are seeing yourself as this Queen of Pentacles, that is someone feeling very confident, grateful for everything they've achieved in their life, counting their blessings, and not needing to fight for attention. Because that's what the 5 of Wands is about. It's like, as you can see here, everyone is tumbling about, trying to get to the top. See, look, if I turn this right side up, this is everyone trying to get to the top. But once it's reversed, it's like you don't need to do that anymore. Now you are turning inward, turning towards yourself and valuing yourself. And perhaps even not needing to put up walls either, because in this 9 of Wands, this girl is standing behind a fence. And then I like how these 2 cards are tied together in a sense, because here this wall is up but reversed. So now that means it's coming down, which is shown here in the 5 of Wands where it's tumbling. So this could mean that as you are gaining that understanding about yourself and what you stand for, you no longer need to worry about who to let into your heart. So for some of you, this Queen of Pentacles, as I said, could be a motherly figure or could be an older sibling with this feminine energy. And you could be feeling really grateful for them this month, as you've noticed how much they've been there for you, perhaps financially as well. And for others of you, this could be your partner, like the person you are actually in a romantic relationship with. That is someone very alluring, very confident in themselves, have a unique style. Oh my gosh, so my cat attacked me right now. She wants to be in your reading, so I'm trying not to let her. I'm trying to stop her from going on the cards, but I guess she's gonna chill here. Okay. So what I was saying was, I feel that actually this energy could be your energy mostly of someone that is very confident at work. You could be a boss or you could be an entrepreneur. And so since this isn't your career section, but I'm still feeling it like that, it could mean that your clients see you in very high esteem. Or your boss also, if you're the higher person, so if you're the boss, the higher person above you and your coworkers see you in high esteem. Like you're above the competition, because 5 of Wands does tend to reflect confrontations, and 9 of Wands does tend to reflect like having to persevere, having to push through, to like really be tough, pushing through obstacles. But it seems like you are in such an empowered energy that you're able to handle anything that comes your way for the month of June. So you're really showing up, you're really showing your skill. And if this is your partner, by the way, for those of you that are in a relationship, this could represent that they are an earth sign and you're feeling very loved by them, very understood, seen. You know, you don't need to compete for their attention. Things feel balanced here. It could be that you've been wanting such a relationship and it is finally here. But overall, how I was saying, the most prominent love is your own, or a mother figure, or your partner. Yeah, in summary. And so now onto this section here. This is your professional learning, what you're learning, or like school environment. And we have the cards, 9 of Swords. Let me see if I'm showing you. I hope I'm showing you the cards. I can't see right now because I'm holding my cat. 9 of Swords reversed and King of Pentacles also reversed. And so these are interesting energies because the 9 of Swords, when it is right side up, it is showing how you see here a person that is overwhelmed, a person that can't sleep, they have constant negative thoughts. And with the King of Pentacles being reversed, this could have been because of financial reasons, financial stresses. So I'm actually kind of feeling this is tied to your work life, which is these cards here. The Chariot, Page of Spirals, which is Page of Wands, and the Moon card. I'm sensing that things are changing. They're turning around for the month of June, in which you could be leaving those stresses behind by letting go of the need to be something, to be successful, to be the best. Like, you could be focusing more on what inspires you, what brings you joy, because the Page of Wands is such an inspired page. This page is going on a journey of storytelling, of creativity, of action, and the Moon is also giving me vibes of like your dreams, turning your dreams into something creative, like writing your dreams or drawing them out, telling stories. And the Chariot is similar to the 6 of Pentacles in balance, that you are giving time to what you want to do out of joy and creativity, not just for money, in addition to your actual work that makes you money. Perhaps in the past you feared sharing your ideas and like were worried what people would think of you, so you would keep yourself small, but now you're letting it out, kind of like this mime. This mime is looking like a joker, being funny, entertaining, and also the mime is quiet. So perhaps you're sharing your work, letting your work speak for you, and not needing to seek any validation for it, not needing to explain yourself, to prove yourself. You're just letting it all out there, kind of like this Chariot here. I'm getting a lot of creative vibes in this pile, by the way, where like, let's say you do dress up more costumey or wear more makeup or tell stories that are really out there, having more fun with some type of aesthetic. Those of you that are actually in school, perhaps you were stressed about what you wanted to pursue for your career, or you could have been stressed about finances, like being able to pay for classes. Or you could have been stressing over the final exams. And so now how I'm saying that this is a more contemplative, relaxed, empowered vibe for the month of June, then that's what I'm feeling here, where your exams are done or you're done with school. Some of you could be taking a break because of finances. And maybe this does worry you a little bit, but you're not overthinking about that. Overall, I'm sensing that you're taking it one day at a time with what you're learning, what you're pursuing, and what you're working on. And those of you, by the way, that seek out other opportunities, new opportunities in the month of June, this is showing here that you'll get positive responses and you'll get like a lot of those offers in. You get to be creating things during the month of June. So you're being encouraged here to take that chance. You'll be really surprised with what comes your way and what the outcome will be, like how much skill you actually have, and perhaps even how passionate you are for this. That's also shown here with surprises, how we have the High Priestess reversed and the King of Cups. See, this King of Cups shows emotionally you'll be feeling fulfilled and happy with your creative ventures. But we'll get back to these cards. For now, here in this section, this is the most important people in your life, which are family. And these are the Empress card and the 4 of Swords. So I do see that for the month of June, you are one of the most important people in your life. Besides your family, your soul tribe, you are turning inward. Four of Swords is spending time on your own, contemplating, acknowledging your blessings. And the Empress does also tend to be an entrepreneur. So those of you that are pursuing your creative projects, then you're spending time on that and being mindful of your well-being. See, I like how here we have the Empress, which is an action taker, but she's also someone that is very much taking care of herself. And then we've got the Four of Swords showing your rest. I see that with family, whether biological or built, and with your soul friends, you could be going out in the month of June, perhaps to the beach or to parks, to celebrate special occasions like birthdays, Father's Day, of course, anniversaries. And outside of those occasions, you're focused on yourself. I actually like how she's looking like she's modeling, posing for a photo. So it's kind of like what I was saying here with dressing up, doing your makeup, being creative with your ideas. Maybe you're doing some presentations, some video presentations, live streaming. Maybe you're presenting products. And this is all whether you are an entrepreneur or you're doing this at your job. And outside of work, you are spending time getting to know yourself more, perhaps journaling, meditating, and studying about what brings you joy that feels like you're preparing for your future. So leveling up your skills or seeking higher knowledge. And now here we've got these cards for your plans. The Star, see, that's showing that excitement in your career. Then we've got the Devil reversed and the Sun also reversed. So the Star is reflecting how you've been really working at a wish of yours, a big dream. Like you have your eye focused. You've had your eye focused. You haven't deterred. Maybe sometimes obstacles and fears have gotten in your way, but at the end of the day, you've kept watering and watering and watering your land with hope and faith and trust. Perhaps even with a little touch of magic because of how we have the Mermaid here. In addition to that, these three cards together are showing that you could be doing shadow work and you're no longer afraid of your darkness, worrying less over uncertainty, pulling through the highs and the lows better than you've done before, because here we have these two energies that kind of feel opposites, you know, Devil with darkness, Sun with joy, but they're both reversed. So it's an interesting contradiction here that I'm seeing where whenever you have highs or whenever you have lows, you're not attached to them. You know they're temporary, you're flowing better with life. And how I was saying in the past cards about spending time with loved ones, but also spending time with yourself, that is shown here once again. Because in both of these cards, we have two people and two people. In recent weeks, you might have been having a lot of fun with your loved ones, but you're toning it down. You're realizing they're kind of becoming a little bit of a distraction. Although I do get a feeling of missing them here, which is of course understandable. So now back to these cards, the King of Cups and the High Priestess reversed in your surprises for the month of June. Besides what I had said about the King of Cups, I feel like perhaps you might be surprised with some type of gift from your partner or someone that is the King of Cups energy, which is masculine, but also sensitive, emotional, openly emotional, vulnerable, someone that understands what they feel, someone very caring, giving. And since it's right next to the High Priestess, if we tie these together, since the High Priestess is reversed, perhaps there's someone that's also not spiritual, but they do experience quite a lot of synchronicities, divine timing, and have a very strong intuition. Because they're the King of Cups, they are tied to the divine. Or not tied, because I kind of feel like tied is a bad word. Connected in the manner of achieving so many blessings when they believe in them. If this isn't a person you know, then it could also be you, where you could be experiencing so many beautiful miracles in your life recently. So much so that you could be questioning or wondering your spiritual beliefs. And those of you that are doing shadow work, then this is showing how you are healing. You are reaching a new level of emotional confidence, emotional control. My cat is back. Okay, so now let's complete your reading. She keeps interrupting your reading. Now with the guidance, how I was saying, we have Legacy of Light. And I'm just gonna let her go because we're pretty much done. Okay, Legacy of Light, Sacred Fool, card number 40. Every journey starts with a single step, card number 12. And Release the Dark Wound, Let Love Live, card number 25. So I wasn't gonna take all 4 cards, but I decided, okay, that would be fine. And these cards show me here, this Sacred Fool, your self-expression. How I was talking about, like, being unafraid of dressing up, or the type of art, the type of stories you want to tell, or just even if you're not a creative, being a little bit more creative, like thinking creatively, not just in the box, that kind of thing. And with the every journey starts with a single step. This is guiding you perhaps to stop procrastinating on some plans. Maybe that's what you finally do in the month of June, and you are highly encouraged to go that route. Where if there have been some things you've been holding back, now is the time to let it out. Of course, this doesn't mean that you'll run out of time, but it's just encouraging you right now because of your passion. Like, there's an energy that has been bubbling up. You are ready for this. And then the Release the Dark Wound card is pretty much confirmation of your shadow work. To release your wounds, to let love thrive. All of these cards are beautiful guidance for you that you are on the right path, that you know exactly what you need to do. You are someone highly intuitive. Whether I tell you or don't tell you, whatever I tell you, you do your thing, basically. And that's the reading I got for you. If it resonated, let me know down in the comments below. I always love reading what people have to say. And I hope you also like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss my videos every time I post. Thank you for watching. Hey there, group 2. This is your reading. If you chose this angel card that says here, Shateiel, Angel of Silence. Such a beautiful card. I love this artist. And for this card, since this is a new deck of mine called Angelarium, I want to read what it says here for you. It says, words fail, the wind dies, the earth comes to a rest. Shateiel descends in stillness. New forms for all things emerge, touched by the elusive fingers of the angel Shateiel. Space fills with silence, and void gains new meaning. We are held still by the grip of its presence. Fear is useless, as its presence is almost always brief. Silence slides over your ears, enveloping your awareness completely, as if you've closed your eyes. Take a moment. Take the silence within you and use it to still the tremors of your soul. Shateiel wills it. Such a beautiful card, and we'll dive into what it could mean for you and your life for the month of June, in which I'm going to provide as many details as possible about your life, your love, your career, every aspect, even like plans and surprises, and completing your reading with guidance. Alright, so I got the cards a little bit more organized, and I've divided them into sections, as you can see here. This is the section of your mind and body energy. Here, this will tell us what is the type of love that is most prominent in the month of June in your life. This is what you could be learning or studying, maybe if you're going to school. This one part is your work. This part is the important people in your life. And here we're kind of going into why, digging into why. Then we've got your plans, surprises, and guidance. So to start with your mind and body, we have these cards. The Hermit reversed, the Knight of Swords also reversed, Three of Cups also reversed, and Five of Cups also reversed. So whenever the cards are all reversed, I take two paths, or I provide you with two paths that you will know which energy is yours. Because here, these cards are showing when they are all reversed that you are coming out of isolation, or actually considering coming out of isolation. You want to put yourself out there. You want to socialize. You're thinking about this. But I see here, because of how we have the Knight of Swords, which is still a mind element, that you're overthinking socializing and going out. Like you want to go, but you hold yourself back. You're trying to let go of the past, but it still lingers. It's like a back and forth between shining, letting yourself be seen, and then retreating. Some of you could be reminiscing over old times, over friends. Maybe you are missing them and that's why you want to put yourself back out there. But there are certain reasons that block you. And for those of you that are able to push through and turn these cards right side up, then I see that you will have a lot of fun. And the month of June could turn out to be very active, going out to different places, meeting different people. Then I also get a few different stories there for those of you that do put yourself out there. Some of you could be disappointed with certain people, but this just comes to show how those people don't need to be in your life. Maybe certain people are the reason you don't go socializing, or you doubt your worth, your value, you doubt whether you're interesting or fun, because certain people engrave those thoughts into you. Like, let's say you try to dress up and they're like, why are you all dressed up for? Who are you trying to impress? Or let's say you want to go to certain places and then they start saying things like, no, we don't want to go there. You're so weird. This is part of your journey to learn who are true friends and who are not. Some of you might also be putting yourself out there in the dating world, those of you that are single. And everything I've just said could also connect with that, where you're either like taking things slow, or you do go out there, have fun. And your mindset here will be really powerful as to how you see the outcomes. For example, if in the dating world you're being disappointed over and over, or you're getting bored or overwhelmed and overthinking when love will arrive, then this negativity will keep the cycle going because you're too attached to having an outcome. Compared to if you go at it with the mindset of curiosity and being grateful for every person, every story you cross, every new experience you have with them, and all the lessons you learn about yourself. Some of you might need to be mindful with how much you're drinking, and others might need to be a little bit more selective on who you give your energy to, how much you go out, because perhaps this could actually be draining for you if you're more of an introvert. So now the love that is most prominent for you, here we have the World reversed, the Emperor, Knight of Cups also reversed, and Six of Cups also reversed. These are showing how perhaps, how I was saying with dating, for those of you that are dating, you're going to be struggling with that. That's not the type of love you're going to receive for the month of June, because the World card being reversed is showing the differences between perspectives and differences between values. And the Knight of Cups being reversed is showing perhaps like emotionally unavailable people you're seeing. They're not ready to settle down. They don't know what they want. And if you're not single, seeking out love, then this could be also talking about the people around you. Maybe you're not actually noticing how much people care for you. You could be isolating from those, how I was saying at the beginning. So you might be focused more on the lack of love, and therefore taking your friendships for granted, your family for granted, missing out on creating new memories. With how we have the Emperor right side up and all of these cards reversed, I'm also getting a story here that some of you could be using being very active, very social, partying and such as a distraction from any internal issues you could be dealing with. But those of you with the empowered energy that are this Emperor that is very self-sufficient, independent, and confident, perhaps the type of love that is most important or most prominent in the month of June is your own. So you know which is you, whether you are the empowered, happy to be single, happy to be free, and just working on your goals, or turning against everything and, like how I said, as a distraction and ignoring anything that feels wrong, anything that feels off, denying that anything is wrong. Then with what you're learning or studying, here we have 7 of Wands reversed and the Ace of Pentacles. So both of these cards deal with your goals, how I've been saying here, being your focus. Like you've been striving for success, you've been striving for being the best in your field. And I get a feeling here of you being an action taker, the type of action taker that doesn't care if they miss opportunities because they make their own. So if there has been any loss recently or any skill that you don't feel you're up to par, then you're doubling down on educating yourself about that to be the top. This Ace of Pentacles could show that you're investing in your future by investing in courses for those specific skills. And some of you that haven't had a grasp on your finances, you've been struggling with that, maybe you finally decide to actually educate yourself on that as well. Then with your work life, we have here 5 of Mirrors and Justice, both reversed. The 5 of Mirrors is the 5 of Cups, which is right here too. And so it kind of feels like that energy is here in your career, where you could be dwelling on any injustice that's happening, on any arguments. You could be cycling on confrontations with your coworkers or with your partners or your clients. If you don't want to lose, you're the type of person that doesn't want to lose. You want to be the winner. You want to prove your point. And some of you might choose the wiser route and let it go, because 5 of Cups reversed does show how you're no longer dwelling. So once again, we have both cards reversed, and I take it as one of 2 paths. It's like up to you whether you acknowledge this, you become aware of this cycle that is just causing you stress, and you let go of what is just not going to be resolved. Basically picking your battles. While others of you, you'll continue with this, and therefore creating a pretty stressful, heavy June, where you might be learning how some things are just not in your control, no matter how hard you fight for them. And then for the important people in your life, we have here 9 of Swords and the Hanged Man reversed. So these cards show that perhaps there are, how I was saying, you could be reminiscing about people in your past, and that's who is important for you this month of June. Because 9 of Swords is not being able to sleep, it's having nightmares, it's stressing over perhaps what people are saying or have said or have done. Or there's kind of an energy of like turning on yourself, blaming yourself for certain events in your life, and you're not able to get yourself out because the Hanged Man is the card of waking up. Like the nightmare, there's a certain nightmare that you're not waking up from. See, this kid here is trying to swim away from darkness, but there's these ties that are pulling him down. So what I get from that is that for some of you, the important people in your life could be, how I was saying, from your past, or people you've lost and are coming up in your dreams, or there are signs that bring them up. And with how we have this Silence card, I feel like the loved ones that you do currently have in your life don't know about this. You're not opening up to them about this. You're struggling with this on your own. And it could be even that all this turmoil is blinding you to the love that you are surrounded by. Because here, this Emperor is in the middle of so many beautiful cards. The Six of Cups is family, it's friends, it's even children and pets. The Knight of Cups is romantic love. And the World is your social life, your friends, even coworkers, everyone that admires you. I'm actually kind of feeling a little bit sad here because I feel that for some of you, you might have lost someone you cared dearly for, and that's who you're reminiscing about, or something in the month of June reminds you of them. And if it is a loved one that has passed, their message for you is that they are watching over you. I mean, look at this. This looks like a kid with their dog, and they are watching over the family. I mean, here it's the same kid as an adult, but it's kind of like the energy also of the person that has passed that is in the spirit world, in their innocence, their youthfulness, their playtime. They want to remind you that death is just part of life, with how we have the World card here reversed. Of course, it's not something anyone wants to hear, and nothing I say can help. But they're protecting you, and they're going to continue sending you love, sending you signs, sending you gifts. They don't want you to worry about them. In fact, they're kind of worrying over you. And I kind of feel like this financial card now could be guidance for you as well, that instead of overspending, oversplurging, you could use your money for good, and that could be uplifting. Like helping those that are in need, donating some money to a cause, an important cause, because you seem to be someone that is pretty well off with how you have the Emperor and this card reversed. And perhaps if you need to actually take a break from work, speak it out as well. You don't need to hold it all in. You don't need to hold the weight. You don't need to be perfect, force a fake smile. And don't shut down. Don't let your heart turn cold with isolation. So another way that I take these cards are that the most important people in your life this month will also be you. Do what you need to turn off this poison, whether that is seeking therapy or doing cleansing baths. Like when you go in a bath, set the intention to cleanse negativity, to heal your body. You could also look up cord cutting to release the past and make space for new beautiful blessings. You could journal out your feelings. And if you have lost someone, with this guidance, big bold vision and shock of the new, I'm actually getting the idea of trying out their hobbies. Whoever this person was, that this loved one was that you lost, you could try out their hobbies, and that's a way in which you could connect with them. That's a way you could channel their spirit, where they can even pass you messages, or you could feel them in your presence. But if you haven't lost a loved one and you're just dealing with turmoil from unhealed traumas, then this will also get you out of that bubble. Trying out new things, focusing on a bigger vision that is like, by bigger, I mean bigger than you, bigger than work, bigger than just making money. And this is a reminder that you're allowed to be happy. Don't feel guilty for being happy, for having fun. Life keeps going. And as you're having fun, so are your loved ones, in spirit and in life, because the people around you will see your joy. They'll be inspired by you and your goals. Since I see here that you have big ideas and you're someone highly driven. In fact, the Emperor is someone that a lot of people look up to, or even an entrepreneur. And those in spirit would be there with you, excited to give you ideas for what's next. Because that was actually a question I was contemplating recently about why there are spirits around us. And the answer that I came to was that if there were certain goals in their lives they weren't able to achieve, they can work through us to achieve them. Or, I mean, as they are in spirit form, they are coming into new wisdom that we don't know of. And most likely they want to share this wisdom with us. They want to guide us, to help us. Now they understand things. But taking it back to a general sense, for those of you that are overthinking turmoil, unhealed turmoil, During the month of June, as you do try out new things that elevate your spirit, you could actually click with something, some type of vision, some type of purpose that you decide to dedicate for the next few months or years. And you could be bursting with ideas, feeling a spark again, feeling inspired, feeling so much excitement that this could actually be the courage you need here to socialize again, to bond with your loved ones, and even for some of you, bring in your friends into this, partnering together towards some cause. As for the cards here for your plans, we have all of them reversed again. These are the Magician reversed, Ace of Swords, and Prince of Cups, which is Knight of Cups. So all three reversed. And these show me that with your plans, the Magician is a resourcefulness type of card. So some of you, how I was saying, you will have the courage to take on this new big vision, and you'll start working on it, getting people together, looking into your skills, your connections, getting equipment, getting educated, expressing yourself, speaking with others, maybe even gathering a community around this, because the Ace of Swords is making me think of like being in a loudspeaker. And then the Knight of Cups is that emotional leader, the caring leader that starts living intuitively. While for those of you that aren't ready yet, then this is possibly what you could be planning. You could be doing some research into this, joining some type of movement. You could be considering quitting something to make time for another project of yours that feels closer to your heart. It feels like there aren't really plans for the month of June. You're just kind of going with the flow and seeing what comes up. Like you could be indecisive over what courses you want to take or whether you attend certain events or not. Pretty much back to what I was saying at the beginning of the reading. And then for surprises here, we have King of Swords reversed and the Hierophant. So the Hierophant card can be talking about your spirituality, your spiritual beliefs. You might have experienced some type of understanding, enlightenment. Some of you could be learning about your hidden talents and or connection to the divine, like the ability to receive messages from the spirit world. With how we have the Ram here and also here, I do sense that leadership you have in a certain vision once you take that role. And this is also a card of tradition. So maybe there's a new tradition you are commemorating every year or every month. And once you do that tradition this month, then that's where a surprise pops in, a miracle of sorts. And with how we have the King of Swords reversed, this could be an energy of someone masculine that can be a little bit toxic, negative, pessimist, a little bit cold. And this month of June, they actually surprise you doing something or saying something that benefits you, that helps you out in some way. Perhaps for the first time, they're actually standing by your side in something that's important to you. And that's the reading I got for you. If it resonated, let me know down in the comments below. I always love reading what people have to say. And I hope you also like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss my videos every time I post. Thank you for watching. Hey there, group 3. This reading is for you. You chose this beautiful angel card that says Dumah, Angel of Dreams. I really love this artist. And so for this card, this is from a new deck. So I'm gonna read to you what the book says. And here it says, Doesn't to the unknown. Dumah is the impetus to doubt a false reality, to crack the shell keeping you from the truth. When the world shifts around you, Dumah is your guide. The world is stranger than you believed it to be. What we all dream, we dream together. Those dreams pull together in Dumah's cupped hands. Look below the surface of the water. You know you've missed something, and yet you wonder what. You listen closely, and yet you hear nothing. All the while, you dream the truth you think you seek. It is said that Dumah and Zachriel are connected, and the truth of this can only be found within Angelarium. So we're going to look into what this could mean for your reading for the month of June, why you got this card. And we're also going to I'm going to try to get you as many details as possible about what you can expect in your life the month of June, your love, your career, your surprises, everything. Alright, so I got organized here with all the cards and divided them into sections, which are your mind and body energy, the love that is most prominent in your life this month of June, what you are learning or studying, whether on your own or in school, your work, and the most important people in your life and why. Then we'll also look into what plans you have for the month of June, what surprises you could expect, and complete your reading with some guidance. And so for your mind and body here, we have these cards: Knight of Cups, King of Swords, and Page of Cups. Really beautiful energy. I see here drive, I see passion, intellect, creativity. I see a dreamy energy. I see someone that is intuitive as well. You could be connected with the divine, working on your spiritual gifts, using your spiritual gifts to help others, taking care of yourself as well. This shows how you value your body, you value your mind, your soul, you value your time, your ideas, taking care of your emotions and your health, and constantly working on your knowledge, seeking knowledge, educating yourself, reading books, watching podcasts. You know that you're on a journey of never-ending lessons, never-ending wisdom, never-ending being a student, as much as you can also teach to others. I feel here a strong sense of self, a strong love of self, and also someone incredibly unique with how this King of Swords is a griffin, which is a combination of like an eagle, a snake, and a lion. Or I think there's a snake, I'm not sure, but yeah, it's still a unique animal. And with how in all of these cards we do have animals, we have a horse, we have two eagle animals. This is a mystical one. We have a rabbit. Then you're also someone that's very caring, not only of people, but of your environment and the animals around you. Very caring of those that need you, like children, because both children and animals are innocent and they can't really they can't defend themselves oftentimes. So I see here that you could be that leader that is inspiring to them, that is educating them. And even if it's not children, you're educating others that could be lost in their lives by using your spiritual and healing gifts. These cards show a nice balance of intellect and logic, but also being emotionally in touch, vulnerable and expressive, in touch with both your masculine and feminine side, and doing things on a daily basis that inspire you, that keep you going, things that bring you joy, whether creatively or actively, or even spiritually. And this King of Swords card is also giving me the vibe of someone that you have your eye on everything, like nothing, you don't miss anything, like a hawk, ready for changes, surprises, ready to handle business, ready to take action. Very good on your toes, very good as in adaptability, someone that people take serious, and you've even like worked for your certifications or you're working for them. And even though the King of Swords shows your maturity, the Page of Cups also shows your playful side. As for the love that is most prominent in your life this month of June, we have 10 of Wands, 4 of Swords reversed, and the Tower reversed. So what I see here, it could be that your loved ones that you have to travel to, or that they have to travel to you, this is the most important, or I mean, we're gonna get to the most important people, but so here, it's like transcending distance. There's no distance between you and your loved ones. So you could be taking trips to your loved ones in the month of June. See here, she's packing her bags. She has a suitcase. And the 4 of Swords tends to be an energy of isolation, but now that it's reversed, then that's showing how you're going out there, seeing lots of people. You seem to have quite a large circle of friends because of how in this card, the 10 of Wands, it can actually be a little bit overwhelming with how many people you want to see, how many people you want to be there for. And I feel like this animal, whether I think it's a buffalo, is carrying a bunch of baggage. Then this is the memories that you have. You're collecting memories, and so whoever you've collected lots of memories with, and these are the people you value, that there is that bond, there is that love with them. So they're not a baggage, they're not a burden, even though that 10 of Wands can lean on that meaning. So with how we have this Tower card reversed, it's like you're able to handle a lot. Because when that Tower card is right side up, it's things that take us by surprise, and they can be overwhelming. Again, repeating on the 10 of Wands message. But since it is reversed, it's like nothing can take you by surprise, really. If anything, you turn that thunder, you turn that chaos into something for your benefit, or it then becomes another memory. But for some of you, I do feel still a little bit of a burnout here. Like it's just barely lingering. It's not enough to take you down, but it's there. And with all of the excitement that happens in June, you get to go home and rest, knowing you'll see your loved ones. I get a feeling here that you're very aware of your blessings. You're very grateful for those people that consistently show up in your life. And you also show up for them, and so they're aware, they're very grateful for you as well. By the way, for some of you, I do also get the sense that if you're not sleeping at night, like you're staying up, being active, going on your phone, I don't know, doing things that keep you up, keep you thinking, you're not getting enough rest. This is actually adding up over time, over the years, even if right now you feel great. And also, with how we have this heart here, it's been calling me this entire time. This does show that love is strong romantically as well, whether it means that you're dreaming of your future person, you're receiving signs about them, for those of you that are single, or those of you that are in a relationship, then this love is comforting and it's growing, it's becoming part of your luggage here, your memories. Now for what you could be learning in the month of June, whether you're studying this on your own or studying it at school, we have here 4 of Swords again, and it's also reversed. Queen of Cups and 7 of Pentacles, both also reversed. So whenever I get all cards in a certain section reversed, I provide you with 2 paths. One path with all the cards reversed is that perhaps your studies could be a little overwhelming. See, in this 4 of Swords, she's no longer resting comfortably. She's resting with her hand on her head. It's kind of having this energy of the 9 of Swords, which is like sleepless nights, worrying over your studies, not being able to sleep because of what you're studying. You can have some emotional breakdowns because of all the work you have to do. Maybe you're even really looking forward to the day that you're done because it's really taking a lot out of you. While for others of you, if we turn all of the cards right side up, then that would show that you're a little bit more emotionally stable because of being organized. If you prepared ahead of time, you didn't procrastinate, you studied up, and practiced, and so now you're seeing results. Some of you even actually speaking directly with your instructors to gain more understanding, to do things better, asking all the right questions wherever is needed so that you feel more secure once you go to bed, not having to overthink everything. But another way that I also take these cards is for those of you that are more so on the side, not in school anymore. If on the side you're looking into learning about your own hobbies. So when all the cards are right side up, then this is showing that whatever you're passionate about, that you're not doing for money, that you're not doing for work, then you could be looking into books and YouTube videos about this to get better at it. Like if it deals with cooking or gardening or psychology or spirituality, or even about monetization in new ways. And since the cards are reversed, maybe this isn't really a priority for you. You just kind of, whenever you get a little bit of time, that's when you study up on that. Then in work, here we have Ravens, the Magician card, 5 of Mirrors, which is 5 of Cups, and that one is reversed, and the Tower card, Kali. So here with these cards, this is showing how you're no longer dwelling over situations, mistakes, over where you are. Like maybe in the past, you might have compared your worth, compared your level, compared your status with either what you envisioned for yourself in high expectations or with your friends and loved ones. So now that this is reversed, it's showing how you're turning inward. You're turning to being more grateful for where you are at, what you have achieved. And because you are in this empowered state, I feel like whatever happens in the month of June at work that surprises people, takes people by surprise, like if there's some type of chaos, some type of drama at work, you'll be able to handle this very maturely, very resourceful. You'll work with others for a great solution. And you'll also take this lesson with you forward because it'll shine a light. The situation could shine a light on something that needed to be paid attention to, or that wasn't a sturdy foundation, or that now you can be better prepared for future situations to not happen like this. Becoming more proactive from this one experience rather than letting this happen over and over and then having to be reactive. This is actually kind of interesting to me how in the love part of the reading we have the Tower reversed, and in your career we have the Tower right side up. So I feel like with the people you value in friendships and family and love, there are no surprises there. Things are stable. Compared to work, it can tend to be with things that are out of your hand. For some of you, even having days non-stop in the month of June that are very active, very exciting, not dull, not boring at all. And when you do figure out the solution, you might even take on a role that actually scares people around you. They're like, wow, this person is tough. Or wow, we don't need to mess with this person. So now with the people that are most important in the month of June in your life, we have here Ace of Wheels, which is Ace of Pentacles, reversed, and the Knight of Wands. What I see here is that besides your loved ones that I already mentioned here that you're going to see, this could be actually a sibling or someone in your friendship circle that might come to you asking for some financial support. They might need money for some reason, or like help getting a job. Maybe they got fired, or they might want to quit and they need your advice. Maybe they're the type of person that is very dreamy, perhaps impulsive in their actions, constantly on the go, constantly on a journey that they haven't fully figured out yet. And with this card that we have here, Door to Personal Healing and Happiness being reversed, along with the first card you had gotten, the Angel of Dreams, perhaps this is a situation that gets you to question and really think about your own dreams. There's a few different ways that this could be taken. One way is that if you've been able to achieve your dreams or achieve certain milestones and you have the power to help others, then you could be that light, that opens the doors for them when done right, when done smart. But some of you could choose to go the route where you want them to become independent, to not rely on you, or you might need to distance yourself from always being there for them. And some of you might realize this month that by seeing them pursue their dreams, you've actually put your dreams to the side. Depending on which dreams we're talking about here, by the way, because I do see here that you've achieved great success. That is exactly right for you right now. But I do feel kind of longing here for other ideas that you perhaps might think it's too much, too big of a wish, or not the wish for you. Oh, and another thing is that perhaps this sibling or close friend actually triggers you. You brings to light that there are some unhealed wounds, unhealed experiences that could involve them. And ultimately, it's up to you here what you want to do about it. Like how you heal this safely, compassionately, patiently. Now for plans, we have these cards, the Hermit, the Three of Pentacles, which says works on it, and the Six of Swords reversed, which says science. And so what I see here with the plans are that, which I was saying earlier about education here, I see a lot of that in these three cards because of how in the Hermit, this is the card of wisdom, and we have writing in the background. Then in Three of Pentacles, this one I take it as like students in a school environment, but it's also a card of teamwork, as in you could be working on a big project with a group of people. And with the Hermit together, the Three of Pentacles and Hermit, this would be plans of seeking higher knowledge for some of you, whether that is digging into different spiritual communities, religions, or just topics that are complicated, like coding, other languages, math, and history. Those of you in school could be looking into your next program, your next classes, while you are in your break, which is shown here with the Six of Swords being reversed. So as soon as you're done with this that I had gone through earlier, then you go on to what's next. Which brings me also to how some of you could be overwhelmed with those choices and not wanting to make the wrong one. This is also giving me vibes of seeking an internship or going to summer school or studying extra time, working extra time outside of school or outside of work. So some of you even taking additional offers, additional gigs that you can do from home. And whenever you do get breaks and you're not out working or having fun, then I see here certain strategies that you're planning, whether that is for your work or for your finances or for your future. As for surprises, we've got these wonderful cards, the Wheel of Fortune and the Page of Wands. So, Wheel of Fortune is the ultimate luck card. Like, literally it says fortune on there. So, there could be miracles, there could be luck, certain wishes that catch you off guard. This is confirmation of things going according to plan. Like you might even be surprised with that, how well things happen. Where if an obstacle shows up, there's an answer for it immediately. Or how if there's something you're questioning, the answer shows up there as well. There could be a lot of synchronicities happening where, like, let's say you're thinking of someone and they call you, or while you're out and about in your adventures, you cross paths with people that then become your friends, or you do cross paths with your friends where the conversation starts like, hey, what are you doing here? That kind of thing. This could also be literal fortune, as in if you were waiting for some type of income, a check, financial aid, a grant, a scholarship, it comes in. Some of you might even go gambling and it becomes fruitful. Not that I'm telling you to go out there gambling. I don't recommend that. Don't say that because I mentioned it. It means you're gonna win. No, I'm just saying it could happen. There's that surprise here for some of you. Or even winning other things. How I was talking about miracles. Like you could be surprised by your friends that get you a new car, or a watch you've always wanted, or they have tickets to an event that is like your favorite artist and they're not going, so then they give you the tickets. All because you're putting yourself out there, being active, creative, flowing with your journey. And those of you in a creative career field, this could be an offer because pages are messengers and wands are what you're passionate about creatively. So there could be an offer, a big project that comes your way that is going to be very financially abundant. And by the way, this could be creative as in art or food or even the entertainment industry where you could be in the spotlight. Oh, and another cute little message that I get from here is since pages are also like the babies of the cards, like the, oh my gosh, my cat wants to jump in here. The children, then perhaps there could be a kid that surprises you in the month of June. So now to complete your reading, we have this card, the trust. It says, trust yourself, number 31. I feel like for some of you, this could be encouragement to trust yourself, trust your ideas, take a little bit of a risk, trust where you are being led, and trust the signs. Whereas for others of you, perhaps this is what you already know, this is what you already do, you are very in tune with your spirit guides, you can even speak with animals, understand each other, you're someone grounded in reality, but also spiritually connected, a receiver of guidance and messages. And with how we have a lot of bird and flight symbolism here, with all of these birds, this beetle that has wings, these ravens, the griffin and the eagle here, and also the dove and the butterflies, then this is an underlying message, underlying energy of bracing yourself for what's coming because there's so many blessings headed your way. You've done so much goodness, you have a big heart, and you're doing so much goodness. So now get ready to receive. Your life is transforming, elevating. However your past has been, that is no longer continuing forward. You've started a new chapter in your life. And that's the reading I got for you. If it resonated, let me know down in the comments below. I always love reading what people have to say, and I hope you also like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss my videos every time I post. Thank you for watching. Hey there group 4, this reading is for you if you chose this angel card, which is the angel Kushiel, the angel of punishment. And this is an epic card. I actually really love this artist. And before we get into your reading, I'm going to read you what the card says from the book because this is a new deck. And here it says, the hunter whose prey is falsehood. Oath breakers, beware. Kushiel will seek you out. Even as you stalk your own victims, punishment is upon you. No one who escapes the mark of Kushiel. There are consequences for breaking your word. The pieces sharpen and sink into your flesh, embedding themselves within your heart. So long as the offense stands, you will always be held in the sights of the hunter. Seeking absolution is noble, however tedious. Begin that journey with haste, lest Kushiel finds you first. So first of all, what I'm actually getting with this message that I didn't really get from the other cards, but for you I am getting it. I feel like it's about forgiveness. You need to forgive yourself. Whatever you've done in the past, whatever mistakes you regret, whoever you've hurt or you feel that you've hurt, you need to let it go. You need to forgive yourself. Because I feel here like you might be the type of person that turns on yourself. You might think of yourself as less than others. You might think of yourself as unworthy, incapable. And so you are being guided here to go on a healing journey. Because by punishing yourself, you are not serving yourself or others. You are not being the light that you can be to help the world. Some of you could be dealing with anxieties, depression, stress over being perfect. and admitting that anything is going wrong or that you feel unhappy, dissatisfied with certain things. Admitting that you're flawed. These are not weaknesses. These are strengths, because people that don't admit to the actions, to the consequences of their actions, or that don't let themselves be vulnerable, or that are tough on themselves and on others, this is all ego. This is all true weakness. Have the courage to think differently, to see yourself in a new light, to put in the work, to take care of yourself, and shed your masks, like how it's talking about here of falsehood, and how this guy doesn't have a face and he's covered in armor. You could have a ton of armor, a ton of walls, weapons ready to attack, masks that don't show your truth. And I feel here like you want to break free. Deep down, you know this. Deep down, you want to just let it all out and cry. Rip away the masks, the facade. And I see here that you have so much power within to be able to do this. You have so much heart, so much love to give. No matter what anyone has told you of like being a bad person, or you telling yourself that. And as you break free, you see your true self. You see how strong you really are. You could gain a new inspiration. You might even want to tell your story, and you could have the energy to then also help others around you and turn their lives around, gaining a new purpose. Oh, and one final message that I also get from the Angel of Punishment is that perhaps this is you, how you go about the world, someone that fights for justice, someone that speaks up. You could be defensive or you could be defending others. But how this card says in the book, this could be feeling more tedious rather than helpful for you. Wow, all right. So now let's get into your reading. We're going to try to get you as many details as possible about what you can expect in your life, career, love, surprises, and complete your reading with guidance for the month of June, even though I already got into it. Wow, so your reading is about to get real interesting, and it already started like that. So what I'm seeing here, I organized the cards, as you can see, into sections, and this is what they are. This is the section of your mind and body energy. This is the most prominent type of love that you'll experience in the month of June. This is what you could be learning or studying, whether at school or on your own. This is your work environment. This is the most important people that will be impacting you this month of June, and why. Then we've got here your plans, your surprises, and guidance. And so starting here with these cards of your energy, mind and body, we have the Hanged Man reversed, the Eight of Swords also reversed, and the Six of Wands. So this is showing that perhaps you are actually looking into doing some work on yourself to become more inspired, to become more empowered, to see your strengths that I'm talking about, to feel more confident, excited. Because the Hanged Man is the card of like trying to tell you, wake up. And it's the card of being stagnant, which is even more confirmed here with the Eight of Swords. This is about being stuck, being binded, feeling like things are just holding you back, draining you. But both of those cards are reversed. So this is showing how the energy is changing here. The story you're telling yourself, the way you look at the world. There are certain lessons you are learning, you're becoming aware of, and you're taking action steps to change up your life little by little, even as scary and as painful as they can be, because of how here she has feet that look a little bit worn out, and she is surrounded by roses which have thorns. Those of you that have been active, you'll start seeing results in the month of June, and those of you that are starting fresh with that, to take care of your body, your health, your mind, like whatever you're doing to improve your life, you also have people there to support you, because in this Six of Wands, she looks like a leader with a team, a tribe behind her, cheering her on. There could be certain risks you're taking, facing fears, facing discomfort, and then you're surprised by the outcome, which is positive, because the Six of Wands is victory. So also, you might be actually gifting yourself certain luxuries that you've been wanting, taking yourself out for some fun, shopping for a new wardrobe, doing your hair, doing your makeup for the first time in a while. You might even be meditating for the first time, or doing some rituals that you resonate with for your spirit. And then the type of love that is most prominent in your life this June, we have the cards Seven of Wands reversed, the Empress also reversed, and the Moon card. So this is the card. Oh, I was thinking this was actually the Six of Wands, but it's not. It's the Seven of Wands. But Seven of Wands is like the focus being on you, along with the Empress as well. So since they are both reversed, there is a little bit of leaning on not having enough self-love. Like, you could be the type of person that is very giving to everyone around you, listening to others, helping others, being there for them, but not necessarily being there for yourself. So what I see here with the Moon card reflecting the type of love you'll experience, this shows how people might show up. They might surprise you with gifts and with being there for you. They might be trying to show you how much they care for you if you don't actually see it. Because the moon with these wolves is kind of the energy of a lone wolf. And for some of you, I feel like you need to be careful not to push away the love that surrounds you. While for others of you, perhaps you're leaning more on some type of grief. If you're triggered to the past, or there's an unexpected circumstance. With having these two cards, I also feel like there are people that are inspired by you, that see you in high esteem, and there could even be a motherly figure that's trying to get close to you, but like I'm saying, you might be pushing them away. By the way, those of you that are single, for some reason I'm kind of getting the story here that you might be trying to manifest love through like spells or scripting, feeling very attached to the outcome, to wanting love, wanting it now, wondering when anyone is going to pick you. But it all needs to start with you and your self-love, because our outer world reflects how we treat ourselves, how we feel about ourselves. It all starts from within. Rather than telling ourselves the story of being unlovable, being unattractive, or even when love does show up, you self-sabotage. By being codependent, where you're leaning so much on this person to give you happiness, and thinking to yourself that if you're not with them, you're miserable. It's not a fun feeling to be desperate for calls and texts and seeing your person every day. It's actually very stressful for you and for them. This is why you need to learn to love yourself and to be on your own and strive for your own goals. Once you do, your future partner will notice you. But if you're already in a relationship, this could be translated as giving all of your time solely to them and not striving for your own goals, or getting to know yourself and then striving for a bigger dream, a bigger purpose, anything else like that that can inspire you. So those of you that come to this realization, then that's where you level up towards this type of story that is more empowered, changing things around. So overall, you could be learning to love yourself and to open up to loving others as well. because the moon is also yin and yang energy of equal, balanced give and take. Then in what you're learning or studying, we've got here 3 of Pentacles and Judgment reversed. So what I get from these is that perhaps some of you, those of you that are going to a college, pursuing a certain degree, you might realize this isn't what you want to do for the rest of your life. Or you might open up to your family about how this is not your calling, this is someone else's calling. While for others of you that aren't in school, perhaps you're actually studying or looking into starting a course, starting a program for a calling you've put to the side. Or you could also be trying out different hobbies, looking into learning different skills to see which one sticks, to see which one sparks you, which one you feel that calling towards, that you can stay consistent. That message was pretty straightforward, but now in your work environment, we've got the Hero Merlin Fool card reversed and the Lovers card also reversed. So what I see here is that there could be a situation at work that makes you uncomfortable with a coworker that seems to have a fascination over you. And this could be someone older but pretty immature. That's one way I take that message. Another way is that you could be butting head with your coworkers, because when this Fool card is reversed, it's no longer a person that is an amateur. It's someone that's pretty advanced in their skill. They've had their years, their experience. They know all the steps, the policies. They're pretty professional at it. But there could be someone in your environment that doesn't take you serious, especially if they are older than you. Once again, that energy is standing out. And if it is that same person that has a fascination over you, then the reason they could be causing chaos is if they know you're like in a relationship and they're jealous and bringing all this unnecessary drama into a professional work setting. So you'll need to step up to the plate here, not play back, not let yourself be seen as a kid or as an amateur. Show respect to receive respect. Be as professional as possible so that they make the fool of themselves and you don't. And another way that I also take this is that if your coworkers are the ones that can't figure something out, there's a situation that comes up where people are arguing or details are missed, there's miscommunication, there's chaos rather than cooperation, then you have this professionalism to gather everyone together and get things done right rather than letting them continue forward with such a mess. This could be out of your comfort zone to stand out. Just like this card says, you could be that hero. And then once we do turn both of these cards right side up, where the situation is solved, everyone, even the people that don't admit it, will be grateful to you. But you need to be discerning as well through this how the situation can be solved so that it's not a constant bickering or constant cycle of drama, so that the same mistakes aren't repeated, which means that if you put in some effort and it's not taken respectfully and you keep trying and trying, then this is not where your energy is needed. You might actually need to pull back to not get involved in others' drama. So let me re-summarize that a little bit. If there's a situation where your talent, your knowledge, your skills are necessary and they will solve the issue on the spot, go for it. But if this is drama that doesn't involve you, if you're trying to get to a solution and it's not being heard, then you can tell yourself, well, at least you tried, or keep away from the toxicity. Now on to the most important people in your life. Here we have the 9 of Wheels, which is 9 of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, and the 7 of Wheels, which is the 7 of Pentacles. So what I see here is that, for one, you are the important person this month. Like how I was saying earlier, that Your family and loved ones, your friends are showing up, surprising you. You have a team cheering you on. That's what this Nine of Pentacles shows. This is the card of basically being spoiled. And sometimes it's also the card of like a sugar baby relationship or just being spoiled by your partner, for those of you that are in a long-term committed relationship. Especially with the Hanged Man reversed, this is showing how perhaps in addition to your work environment, you're gaining money in another way, an unconventional way. But other than that, the Nine of Pentacles is also the card of independence. So how I was saying here that you could be taking yourself out to some fun, going shopping, things like that. That is also reflected here. And look at that. We've got the Hanged Man reversed here, and then we've got the Hanged Man right side up here. So I do see two paths here as well. Those of you that wake up to the new perspective, the new story that you're telling yourself, the new path you're setting on, where you're planting new seeds financially and emotionally, like you could be saying positive affirmations and digging into new sources of income, while others of you might still be hesitant in the month of June, like changes are not just gonna happen all of a sudden. It's also interesting, I actually love how every single pile this month has focused on the self. That could be showing how my viewers are gaining awareness over their life choices and their dreams, shifting towards a healthier, positive mindset. And I do feel like it'll be a little bit of a struggle for you still because of what I was saying here in the love section of your reading and how this Hanged Man looks like he's being tied and pulled down. And then here with this card, we have all tied up, card number 23. But you're starting to sparkle like this girl, doing self-care that refreshes you and energizes you to be able to break free. Plus, in addition to that card, we also have appreciation, card number 15, and door to romance, card number 33. So door to romance is showing how also, since I mentioned here, this is the important people in your life and this is clarification for that. It does look like those of you in a relationship, again, this is what will stand out to you in the month of June. Maybe your partner surprises you in that way with a romantic getaway, a romantic gift. While for those of you that are learning to be more independent, then you're storing your heart safely for the right person to unlock the key. And here, once again, this lady is dressed all fancy, both of them. So I am seeing that dress up that you're doing, putting on a suit or putting on a nice dress. But overall, opening your eyes to your surroundings, and your guidance is most definitely to take things slow. See, here we have card number 38, which says restore and replenish. Don't feel guilty for saying no to anyone. Don't feel guilty for wanting time alone, for spoiling yourself. Of course, be careful there with the money. You don't want to oversplurge and then regret it. There are plenty of ways in which you can spoil yourself without having to spend. This card also always gives me the vibe of crafting because of how it has all these buttons, shells, keys. So like if you love DIYing, that is very healing for you. Or doing things with your hands, getting creative. This is rewarding for you and your inner child, and it could be a form of meditation. So now with your plans, you have the cards, the Star, the Five of Pentacles, the Strength card, or sorry, not Strength, Nine of Wands reversed, and the Ace of Wands also reversed. And I take these as that. First of all, with the Star, there could be some type of celebration that you're doing where you're in the spotlight, but it could also be that message of healing, doing healing work. Because this Five of Pentacles as well, it's looking like this person is in need and this person is listening. So how I was talking about the rituals, this could be very helpful for you in a therapeutic way, or you could actually be seeking therapy. Or you're working on cleansing negativity, cleansing the worry, how I've been talking about already. This seems to be a bit of a repeated message. And so you're admitting your weaknesses, admitting your fears, your worries, letting go of always needing to be tough. And the Ace of Wands reverse shows what I was saying here as well, with putting down that course, that program, being open about how this is not the path for you. But I'm also getting the sense here that perhaps there are some plans that you have or that others have that you might choose to cancel for your well-being. And lastly here we have these cards that are surprises you could expect. We have the Four of Cups, the Queen of Wands reversed, the World card, and the Death card reversed. I find it quite intriguing how both of these cards here are fishes. In this one, they're kind of yin and yang energies that are reflecting each other, and in this one, they're similar fishes that are mirroring. So here they're opposites, here they're mirroring, and they both have a little world at the center. This could mean that for where in your relationships where you feel that people don't understand you, people are too different to you, you're from completely different worlds, you might actually be surprised at how similar you really are. You might come to an understanding. And this World card with the Four of Cups, they're showing what I was saying here about your loved one surprising you. Because see, here in this Four of Cups, we have 3 that are celebrations, and then the one put up on a pedestal with a giant squid or shrimp, something like that. You might also be surprised at some realizations about the world. And some of you with a connection to the divine, like you're actually working on that, or you've always known that that was there. You could be surprised there as well, as in receiving a message through your dreams, or seeing something, hearing something that gives you a new spark for life, or an idea for your future. And you realize you're not alone in the world. This card has that feeling of being really up in your face. It could even be the answer as to how life keeps going after death, that there is no end. Then here we have this Queen of Wands reversed, and this is the person in your life that perhaps you're butting heads with. They could be someone with a fiery spirit when they're confronted, even though on the surface they seem calm and quiet and put together. They could actually be very fearful and reactive, pushing people away, not admitting to their flaws. So with it being reversed or being here in your surprises, this person, there's some experience that could happen in the month of June that could catch you off guard. And how I was saying here, you see how much more similar you guys are rather than different. Oh, and another surprise could also be travel. There could be you're taken to a road trip, or you are taken to some flight, you're gifted a flight, because the World card is about going out there somewhere in the world that is not your usual. So that's the reading I got for you. If it resonated, let me know down in the comments below. I always love reading what people have to say, and I hope you also like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss my videos every time I post. Thank you for watching.